Tonight, from Memphis, Tennessee, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Joe Burrow and the Memphis Egyptians taking on Sam Darnold and the Brooklyn Barons.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Brooklyn Barons and the Memphis Egyptians. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Memphis team as they get ready here. They've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year.
And going back to...
Jason Sanders.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the 3rd overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 40-yard line.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's taken down inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Darnold from the gun. Caught right side, Tate.
Darnold's pass.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So 4th down coming up. John Harbaugh sent on the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this one is right through. And the opening drive of the game yields 3.
Barons 3, Egyptians nothing.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
57, Mike, 57.
First down, here's Burrow. He'll find Lamb, that's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. That's caught by Penny. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
The tackle made at the 47.
A look at the numbers from Penny last week. 17 carries, 130 in the yardage department, and a touchdown, 2.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync, and that bodes well this late in the season.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a first down. couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Penny on the counter, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Second and 11 at the 41. And now they will throw it with Burrow. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Number 24.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Penny, a first down carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. No. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Rashad Penny. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
7. Barons 3.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 20.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
And a Brooklyn first down.
And 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Barons 3.
And here's Darnold to keep it. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter.
Well, they set the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Burrow. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Intended for Travis.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
12 yards to go.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 24.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play.
And the ball is knocked out. It's going the other way. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Penny will try to punch it in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Another try for Penny, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Now Burrow. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Sanders' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Egyptians 10, Barons 3.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Golden Tate on the return. They'll take over. First down and 10.
Adam Thielen, he gets set to go again with the rest of this offense. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
It's second and 8.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Preston Smith on the tackle. No gain on the play. And it's third.
Throwing here on third down. Darnold. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Catch made by Slayton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up second and a yard at the 39.
On second down, here's Penny. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Penny, that's good for a First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They keep it with Penny on first down. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings up third down and 7.
On third down, Burrow. And he finds Penny. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of... Now Burrow loses the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Little pitch and catch here to Rudolph. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up second and 3 at the 41-yard line.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
But a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half. We just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
Brings up second and 3.
And this is incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Burrow looking to pass. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back. And even then, they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
And a look now at the defense as they head back out there onto the field. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Quickly to Thielen here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey.
Darnold's pass complete to Christian McCaffrey.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the 50, it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do. So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that one is still scoreless as they play in the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24-yard line. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Second half begins with a run from Penny. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. That's complete to Slayton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. He's coming.
Penny. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On the run, it's Davis. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 11 now. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll run with Penny. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
Barron's 3.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Down and 10. At their own 27.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and that'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now it's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And that is incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10.
Well, let's gaze our attention as the offense takes the field on Rashad Penny. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
57.
Here's Burrow. To the right side, it's Kelsey. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. That's caught by Penny. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now it's Penny, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He will find Davis. That's complete. Burrow is not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result.
And it's caught. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told.
Barron's 3.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Tate to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
They'll take over. First down and 10.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Oh, are you serious?
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Incomplete.
Second down following the incompletion.
Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
This is McCaffrey on the give. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a Brooklyn first down.
A first down throw, Darnold. And Rudolph has it, the tight end.
Complete.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him the... Darnold, he lost the football. And the defense has come up with it.
Darnold on the keeper.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he powers his way up past the 30.
Penny, the ball carrier.
On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
At the 31. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll run it again with Penny. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, it's Darnold. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st down, Barron.
Darnold on 1st down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
Complete to DJ.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Again, Darnold.
5 yards to go.
And Tate's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. It's brought in left side by Tate.
Darnold's pass.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all-time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
20 yards.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that drives 7 plays in length.
20, Barron's 10.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Taken from about the 12. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Guys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the run, it's Penny. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
This is Penny. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
Penny, the ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Burrow.
44-yard line.
And he finds Penny. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Kelsey.
13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Penny. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action and timeout here defensively. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. It'll be a pickup of only a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one.
Tonight,
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the home team here, the win is number 9 for them on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.